Brand new, brand new, brand new, da 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 da, brand new, da 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 da, brand new. Welcome everybody to my top 5 cryptocurrencies for 2018. Here with me, Suppoman, your superhero of cryptocurrency, the man that calls the shots, that calls the cryptos right. I said that Ripple would go to $2. People said months ago that I was crazy, that I was idiotic, that would mean a ridiculous market cap, and it would never happen. Today, Ripple has gone well over $2. So it went over $2 well ahead of time. So what I'm going to be doing in today's video is I'm going to be presenting to you the top 5 cryptocurrencies that I see being huge gainers in 2018. So if you are excited to hear about what I believe to be 5 of the best gainers for you in 2018, then smash up the likes, give us a like spike and appreciation and excitement for knowing about this and giving you, I suppose, my top 5 picks. There have been quite a few people that have brought out, top 5 to watch for 2018, top 5 cryptocurrencies that will make you rich, and rubbish like that. And let's face it, I'm the one that pretty much gets it right most of the time. So, what I'm going to be doing in this video is I am going to be presenting you with the cryptocurrencies that I see as being the biggest gainers and what I believe the price is going to be. So this is like going to be a price predictions video. I'm back to my old format. No longer am I doing walk and talks like I have been doing. So this is going to be a short, sharp, to the point, top 5 video on cryptocurrencies as we approach 2018. It's literally the second to last day of 2017. So now is the time to get behind these cryptocurrencies because, as you can see, Bitcoin's right down right now. A lot of the top 10 cryptocurrencies have experienced dips. A lot of cryptocurrencies generally right now are experiencing dips. So what it means is that when the new year starts, everybody is back in business. They're back in business. They're going to be going back to doing their investing, their trading. They're going to be looking for the great opportunities. And so now is the time to get in during the dips. This is a perfect day. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the Suppoman, make sure you subscribe and smash that subscribe button. I'm just going to make sure that I'm live. And if I am live, which I am, I'm just going to make sure you can hear me. Yes, you can hear me. Hurry up. So the top 5 coins in 2018. Let's get right to it. So in at number 5 position, we have got my favorite cryptocurrency right now, Ethos. Ethos is a cryptocurrency that is going to replace Coinbase. Essentially, they are going to be a fiat gateway for newbies, people coming into cryptocurrency that have no idea what to do. And I've been having conversations with people over the Christmas dinner table that say, oh, a mate of mine. So I was talking to my brother-in-law and he said a mate of mine, he didn't know where to buy Bitcoin. He was really interested. He didn't know where to buy Bitcoin. I have no idea what to tell him. And I said, it's easy. Coinbase. That's really one of the main fiat exchanges. But there's so much wrong with it. There's the high transaction fees and it's not a reliable service. Okay. Plus, you only get 4 cryptocurrencies that you can buy. Plus, it's a very basic wallet with very minor security. Ethos is going to be the ultimate solution and the ultimate killer of Coinbase. Okay, and at the moment it sits at a measly $2.30. Over the course of 2017, I anticipate it to reach 2018. I anticipate it will reach a high of $50. I've made a video before where I said it was going to reach about $40 in August 2018. But the roadmap has slightly changed, but it's changed for the better. They have created a much bigger, better, more enhanced version of what I thought was going to appear before. Previously, I thought it was going to be a multi-currency storage wallet that had a fiat gateway. Now it's also going to be a building cryptocurrency. It's going to enable companies to build wallets on their websites. So it's going to have this enhanced technology, a lot like Ethereum. It's going to allow people to build. It's going to allow people to actually create wallets, software experts to actually create wallets using the software. So Ethos are enabling people to create their own Coinbases on their site, as well as having quite possibly the most advanced free wallet, multi-currency wallet that you'll ever need. It's free and it holds everything, every single cryptocurrency it will hold. And as a result of that, the product is going to be coming out in Q1 2018. And this is where I'm going to see it. This is where I expect it to go parabolic, where I expect it to absolutely spike up in value and go towards the double figures. And then over the course of time, when they develop the fiat gateway, and as they create the social aspect of Ethos, I imagine this is going to shoot right up in price. And so by the end of next year, I anticipate it being $50, thus making a gain of 22 times where it is now. So if you put $1,000 into it now, essentially that will become 22,000 by the end of the year. And in my opinion, this is a rather modest prediction. Okay, this could go higher simply on the basis of just how amazing the wallet is going to be. Because it's going to make everything redundant. It's going to make your Ledger wallet redundant. It's going to make your MyEther wallet redundant. It's going to make any Bitcoin paper wallets that you have redundant. It's going to make Exodus wallets, Jax wallets redundant. You're going to be able to hold all of your cryptocurrencies in one place, like we've always wanted. And not only that, but it's also going to have staking capabilities so that you can actually profit from staking coins within the Universal Wallet. The Universal Wallet, in my opinion, is one of the hottest, most anticipated products to come to cryptocurrency, along with the fiat gateway. So therefore, I imagine that Ethos is going to explode in 2018. 2017 was just the teaser. I've been teasing, I've been saying what's going to happen. But once you see the interface, you are going to be blown away. I've already seen a sneak peek at the interface. In fact, I'm going to put it on Twitter later. So have a look and make sure that you see that sneak peek of the interface. In fact, nobody's supposed to have seen it. It was leaked. So I'm going to make sure that you see it. And it's awesome. Way better than anything out there, and way better than anything that's going to come out there afterwards. So that was number 5. What's at number 4? At number 4, we have got my secret ICO. This is the ICO that you can find out about in my course, the Cryptocurrency ICO Investing Course 2018. This secret ICO, I believe, is going to revolutionize an industry that has already become quite powerful in the last 5 years. It's been made powerful by 2 particular platforms that have done this really well. But this is moving that particular niche onto the blockchain. It's going to disable piracy. It's going to enable incentives which enable gamification. And that gamification is going to lead to mass adoption. Essentially, because of these incentives, it's going to get more and more people away from the platforms that exist right now. These 2 platforms particularly that I'm talking about, they're going to move to this platform. All right, so I see this being a huge in 2018. Now, I've put $2 because it's very modest. Now, there's a lot of demand that has been built because the ICO sold out pretty much 24 hours after I launched the course. When I launched the course, there was still 60% of the ICO remaining. They hadn't yet reached the hard cap. And then when I brought the course out, there was a ton of investment into it. And so all the people that didn't manage to get in at ICO stage are going to be buying it up when it hits the exchange, as soon as it hits the exchange, because you're more likely to get the best price. Okay, you're likely to get, the 6 cents, 7 cents is going to spike right up and people are going to buy it right up. And this is a good long-term one to have. There's no point in buying it at 5 cents and selling it at 15 and making a 3 times gain when you could make at least 30 times gain. I think my $2 is very modest, but I think that because this is an ICO and it's going to be launched next year, and the platform is going to be bigger and better than what it is right now, this secret ICO has already got a working product. It's already got evidence that it works and that it gives you the user experience. So as a result of that, they're just going to build more and more on top of that across the course of 2018. And as a result of that, I believe that it's going to hit at least $2. In fact, I think it could hit $2 midway through next year. But I'm being modest. I don't necessarily want to over guarantee what they're going to deliver. And of course, there's partnerships, I imagine, which is going to impact upon the price as well. And if they implement those partnerships, this could easily be a $2 coin, if not a $5 coin, and going up to about 100 times on where it was at ICO. So, really exciting times for this secret ICO. There have been some people that are kind of hating on it and saying, I don't really understand. They don't really understand the niche. I understand the niche. So I personally believe this could be huge, particularly because I know those two platforms that are competitors essentially to this in the non-cryptocurrency space are interested potentially in this cryptocurrency, in this platform, and you never know what partnerships could be made from that. So I am going to put this at a modest $2 by the end of next year, which is a 30 times increase. Now, looking at how Roblox has massively spiked, it literally went to $10 from nowhere and had this parabolic growth. I have absolutely no doubt this could achieve very, very similar once it hits the exchange. So essentially, get in there as soon as possible if you can. This is going to be on an exchange in about a month's time. At number 3, we've got Utrust. Why do I believe Utrust could achieve a 40 times gain in 2018? Because Utrust is essentially the PayPal of cryptocurrency. What you've essentially got is a payment system by which you can pay other people. You can pay using crypto and it exchanges to fiat, and you can use a lot of the main cryptocurrencies that exchanges into fiat. But not only that, but it's also got buyer and seller protection, better than what PayPal has. Better than what PayPal has. So in essence, this is a better product than PayPal, and it's only just been listed on KuCoin, and it's only 18 cents. I anticipate over the course of this year it's going to move to $7. Particularly because it also contains a wallet as well where you can hold your cryptocurrencies so that you can then exchange it when you are paying for something online. So I believe that Utrust has got incredible potential over the course of this year. This is one of the most exciting payment apps that exist. This one is going to completely stop Monetha having a chance of competing next year. So Utrust is going to be the payments app of next year, in my opinion. So 18 cents to $7 I think is very doable, considering this platform has only just really started to be discovered via being listed on KuCoin recently. At number 2, we have got something extremely exciting. We have got QuantStamp. Now, QuantStamp is essentially a smart contracts auditing platform. I don't know if you know of it, but essentially these guys audit smart contracts. Okay, so there's a lot of ICOs, there's a lot of cryptocurrencies that have smart contract software. So essentially the smart contracts is an automated way of giving something for something. Typically they're used in ICO crowdfunding. So if you are paying for something in Ethereum, so let's say for instance you're taking part in an ICO and it's 10,000 tokens for 1 Ethereum. If you give 1 Ethereum, the smart contract mechanism works to give you the 10,000 tokens in exchange. So that's how smart contracts work. But there are smart contracts that don't necessarily work. There are ICO companies that are looking for, basically people to audit, a company to audit manually their smart contract software. And to do it manually costs anything from $10,000 to $100,000. With QuantStamp, this is going to be done at an extremely low cost. In fact, there's going to be open source software so people can do it themselves. Developers and companies can do it themselves. Okay, so this is going to enable them to essentially to overlay this software on top of their smart contracts and be able to find out if there are any security flaws, if there are any issues, and basically what will happen is that companies will be able to activate their smart contracts once they've done the audit. So look at QuantStamp like you look at an auditing company like PricewaterhouseCoopers. They audit accounts. They make sure that everything tallies up. And essentially QuantStamp do exactly the same. They are a potential powerhouse. They're a first mover. They're unique. And they are going to be doing airdrops on the companies that they audit for the holders. They have actually got this proof of holding, proof of care kind of reward system for the long-term holders. That in essence enables people to hold it. So this should have a compound effect on the price spiking. So if the price spikes, people should hold because they get airdrop tokens, and so on and so on and so on. So with that in mind, I expect this to compound up to $10 across the course of this year. Now, looking at some people may be looking at this, and you may be looking at this and you may be thinking, really? $10 from 22 cents. But it's absolutely achievable. There have been tons of cryptocurrencies that have done this in a month. Look at Rayblox, for instance. That has done it literally in the space of weeks, has gone from nowhere to a top 30 cryptocurrency. Since gone back down, but it shows you the ability that a cryptocurrency has once it actually realizes some of the vision that they put in their white paper. So to get to $10 would essentially mean a times 45 gain. So if you put, let's say if you put $1,000 into this could turn into $45,000 by the end of the year. So QuantStamp is certainly one of the ones to watch in 2018, and certainly one of the most exciting, most unique, and certainly most valuable in this cryptocurrency space, because it solves a problem. It solves a problem that is out there and no one else is actually providing a solution. Not a good, decent, automated solution that you can just basically overlay on top of your smart contract. QuantStamp has this automatic solution where there are other competitors out there that actually do it manually, and it takes weeks, if not months, to do. Whereas QuantStamp's is pretty much done ASAP. So Mexico, what is number one? God, 2,000 people watching. Smash up the likes, peeps. Smash up the likes, because this is going to be an exciting reveal. See what you guys are saying. Ada, Clearpole, EOS, Verge, Icon. There's loads. There's loads of them. Sonum, Vertcoin, Archain, EOS, Seacoin. Blimey. Look at all those. IOTA. Well, let me surprise you all. Essentially, my number one pick for 2018 is this. Number one, OneChain. OneChain. This nearly got a perfect score when I was doing my Savage Crypto episode, when I brought you everything I knew about OneChain. Now, OneChain is essentially going to be the super blockchain for the financial industry. It's a cross-blockchain communication protocol. So essentially, this will connect all manner of different financial services, financial service blockchains. Okay, so whether it's lending, credit, exchange, any kind of financial service, any financial service is going to be available across one blockchain. Okay, so it's a bit like Icon. Icon is a one blockchain solution that covers a manner of different industries. Okay, so one person can essentially have their data on all of these different blockchains, and they all talk to each other, and the information gets passed around. So if I give information to the hospital or something, if I go to a hospital and I give them information, certain bits of that information can be transmitted to an insurance provider. They get all that information so that they can then provide the appropriate insurance, because they're using information on the blockchain to be able to price up a product for you. And then that can be then used for, if you actually have some kind of accident or something like that, then the people who are operating on that side get the information from the hospital and the insurance provider to know that you are covered to be treated or whatever by the insurance provider. So all of this stuff is what happens with Icon. But OneChain brings it all into the financial industry and basically creates an ecosystem, a super financial ecosystem within the cryptocurrency sphere that essentially means that you don't need to replicate your details on all these different financial systems. Whatever you are actually wanting from the finance industry, the blockchain is united. So your information is passed from each individual service within the financial industry. Okay, so it's basically a financial ecosystem available to all that OneChain have developed. But it's not only that. This model, this protocol, can be applied across all manner of different industries. It can be applied anywhere. It could be applied in insurance. It can be applied in automobile. It can be applied to FMCG. It can be applied to medical. It could be applied to automotive. It could be applied to so many different industries. Every industry this could be applied to. And essentially, this gives an API for developers to create this kind of ecosystem across different niches. So not only has it got the USP of connecting the financial blockchains and creating a super financial ecosystem, but also it enables software for people to actually create this across different niches. So if somebody wanted to, if somebody had an ambitious vision, something like what OneChain had for the finance sector, then somebody could get this protocol and essentially use it and overlay on top of their particular niche so that they can kind of provide a solution in their particular niche. Okay, so this is great not only for developers, but also for people who are within the financial system, which can be everybody. Okay, so because of this super ambitious idea and vision, and not only that, but also the people behind it, they have got a large team to implement this across a massive variety of departments. So they've got the breadth. Something I look for when I'm looking at cryptocurrencies is I look for not only for the vision to be really good, not only for the technology to be amazing, but also for the team that is able to implement the vision and the technology. And OneChain essentially have that breadth in technical expertise, financial expertise, and overall business expertise. So this is one of the most complete cryptocurrency reviews I've ever done. It's one of the most complete outfits that I've ever seen in cryptocurrency. And it's such a super low price at ICO. And when it hits the exchanges, which is going to happen some point in either mid to end January. Okay, so you can get this on Ether Delta, but that is actually not the token that you want. So you want to wait till this is properly launched next month. Now, this is likely to be either on Binance or KuCoin, in my opinion. Okay, so I don't know this for sure, but I have kind of got spies and I have found out it's either something like KuCoin or Binance. So a minor exchange, so it's not Bittrex and it's not Poloniex, but to be honest, KuCoin and Binance are, in my opinion, the two up and coming exchanges. Okay, they are two simplified exchanges for all the people that are getting frankly pissed off with Bittrex, frankly annoyed with Poloniex because Poloniex is asking for all sorts of information from you as a user. So OneChain is going to be listed on one of the up and coming exchanges from what I know. And this is going to enable you to just get your hands on it as soon as it hits the exchange. So really what I would recommend is you become part of that community and you find out when that happens. Because I anticipate this is going to hit at least $35 this year, which should be 100 times gain if you can get it at the 34-cent price. It's very likely that once this hits the exchange, the price is just going to skyrocket. I think that is very likely to happen. This has got possibly one of the most hyped communities I have seen. They are excited for this. This is being seen as the next Ripple because of the protocol. Okay, and because of the, I suppose because of the, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word. But essentially, because of the openness of the protocol, because it can be applied, versatility, that's what I was looking for. Because this can be applied in a very versatile way, it can be applied to all sorts of different industries, and because this is very finance orientated, OneChain is looked at as the next Ripple, and we've all seen what's happening to Ripple. So, I think this could skyrocket. So basically, if you really want to benefit from the full multiplier, get this as soon as this hits the exchange, or hope, if you don't get it at that point, that it dips once people actually buy it up. They buy it up and then it dips down and then it comes a suitable entry point. But I can't guarantee that's going to happen. So essentially, the closer you can get to 35, 40 cents per coin, the better to make the multipliers. But OneChain, I certainly think, is going to be the top kind of gainer next year, and certainly top gainer from a long-term holder's perspective. There are going to be some cryptocurrencies that do like Ray blocks that just come out of nowhere and achieve 50 times growth in like a month or so, but you know, these are likely to dip. Ray blocks has already dipped. There's been a lot of cryptocurrencies that have really spiked up recently and have dipped. So, you know, some of these aren't very reliable, but these five are certainly reliable. These five have the advantage of being unique. They have the advantage of being first movers. They have the advantage of having amazing tech, and all have the advantage of having superstar teams, superstar team members, and breadth within the team. That's why these five are my top picks. Now you're probably saying, oh, Suppoman, you're getting paid by all of these. I'm getting paid by none of these. Okay, I am invested in a few of these, not all of them. I'm not invested in OneChain, but what I will say, though, is that, you know, regardless of what my thoughts are, having a feel of what's going on in the community, these are certainly 5 of the most hyped cryptocurrencies in the lead up to 2018. Some of them aren't out yet for you to buy, but when they are out there, I would recommend that you do buy. So, that's it. Now, there are some honourable mentions. Icon is another one that I believe is going to do really well next year. Okay, so if I just open this back up, Icon at the moment has grown to beyond expectations, I think, on a lot of people, in a lot of people's minds. This was over $5 earlier when I looked at it earlier. Okay, so it would take a lot now for this to achieve kind of 20 times gain, which would be, well, what would that be? Like $100 basically. So this would have to get to $100 to achieve kind of 20 times gain, hence why it didn't make the list. But I do think this is definitely an exciting one for next year. There's another one which I think could potentially be exciting for next year as well, which is this one, Bounty. Now, I did a Twitter competition where it was a lot like yesterday's YouTube video, where I said to people, shill your coin and I'll retweet the best answer. And the best answer really was Bounty 0x, which essentially solves the pain that people get paid for solving problems across, you know, various niches. Okay, now this has a total supply of 500 million, which is, in my opinion, the sweet spot. Okay, I look for mid 9 figures as kind of like the sweet spot. Anything from 200 to 500 million is the sweet spot to me, and the circulating supply is only 115 million. It's got very low volume, really, considering what it purports to do and how it purports to solve a problem. And it's only available on very minor exchanges, Qcoin being probably the better of all the exchanges that it's on. So I think this one also has a great chance of achieving great gains next year. Another one is Cardano. This, again, from where it is right now at 63 cents, this I anticipate will hit about $10 next year. Anywhere between $5 to $10 next year. But, again, this would only mean kind of like a 10 to 15 times gain. 10, 15, maximum 20 times gain. But I don't see it. I don't really see it. I don't know. It could go anywhere between 10 to 17 times gain. So anything from $5 to about $10 in my opinion, maximum. So it doesn't have the multipliers that the ones on my top 5 have, but I do think that Cardano, being the super blockchain that's going to compete with Ethereum, that's got essentially the brightest minds in the world creating this blockchain as a research project, looking at the flaws, identifying what can be improved in Ethereum's blockchain, of which there's tons of things that can be improved in Ethereum's blockchain, and essentially create a better version. Therefore, I anticipate that even given the humongous supply, given how this has grown in literally the last 2 months, I don't think that there's going to be any issue with this growing to over $5. Okay? Another one, which is going to be a competitor to Cardano and Ethereum, is EOS. EOS has gone over $10, I believe, this year, and has dipped now, and is available at quite a cheap price. Now, for me, this is a 20 times gain already, because I got this at 40 cents. Okay, so for me, the multipliers are going to be great. Getting at this point, getting in right now, means that you're less likely to make the multipliers, because it's already kind of $8. But if you could go back and invest in Ethereum at $8, wouldn't you? So, at the end of the day, you've got to look at this relatively. You can't make the great multipliers, but I do anticipate this could make a 10 times gain. This could get up towards $80. It's got quite a large supply, so it takes a hell of a lot of volume to shift the price, okay? So this has always been my argument with high supply coins. And this is a generally accepted fact. So if we look at Electroneum, and incidentally, I don't see a lot happening for Electroneum. If we think about Electroneum, because there's a lot of people hyping about it, basically brainwashed people that have been taken in by, you know, the marketing team of Electroneum. You know, given the amount of volume, this gets millions in volume, okay? Yet, considering that, hardly goes up, okay? When it came out, it was at a ridiculous price, 18 cents, and then it slumped right down to 2-3 cents, and then since then, it's only really gone up times 2.5. So, not a lot, and the reason why is because the supply stands in its way, and it needs a hell of a lot of volume to shift. But It doesn't matter if you're EOS or if you're Cardano, because you're having large amounts of institutional money, whale money as well, going into this. I know a lot of my whale community, I've told you about them, my whale community, they essentially, and that's outside of my mastermind group, by the way, the whale community that I operate in, they are going large on Cardano, and they do not see the value in Electroneum. And I gauge a lot of the kind of price predictions and volume based on that whale group, because these guys are serious investors. They only invest in serious products, serious technology, great teams. And Electroneum, with the greatest one in the world, I like them. They're UK. They're trying to make mining simplified with this simplified mining process on the mobile. But, at the end of the day, it doesn't solve a pain wide enough, and the technology isn't amazing enough to compete with the likes of WanChain. Compare Electroneum to WanChain. Two completely separate leagues. You've got WanChain in the Premier League, and you've got Electroneum down in Division 4. You know what I mean? If you're in England, that's about a difference of 4 or 5 leagues. Okay, so, Electroneum doesn't even compare. Even though it's got a large market cap because of the fact it's got such a large supply, it doesn't necessarily mean this is any good. At the end of the day, market cap's just the overall value of it, okay? But the multipliers come from the price per coin. So, Mexico. So, there we are. That is quite a huge... that's quite a huge presentation on the top 5 cryptocurrencies for 2018. So, let's open this out now to you guys. Smash up the likes, by the way, peeps. Smash up the likes. Because like spikes are, what helps this get seen, and essentially what helps you, if you're investing any of these, to be able to get communities behind the cryptocurrency. Okay, so let's see what you guys are saying now. Let's have a look in the chat. Great video, Suppo. Thank you very much. Somebody's just said the INS ecosystem. So INS, don't think that's been launched yet, and I think it might still be at ICO. By the way, peeps, if you want to know what my secret ICO is, then essentially just go to this. Now, you can't get involved in the ICO because this was relevant before the ICO ended. But as a result of this course, the ICO ended. Okay, so essentially, knowing what the cryptocurrency is will mean that you can basically strike as soon as it hits the exchange, because I haven't mentioned it. So essentially that is what you need to do. Just get this course, understand why, but at the end of the day, what this helps you do is identify really good ICOs. And where I go to find out about ICOs is I go to coinschedule.com. And this gives me all of the ICOs currently taking place. And INS ICO is basically is like meant to revolutionize grocery buying. So I think that is what I like about that is that it's unique. However, it's not very exciting. It's not very sexy, in my opinion. It's nothing like WanChain, but I do see the validity of it. I think that there's a few more, actually. Now, I plan to bring out one more top 5. Okay, so I do imagine that the ones I am seeing right now on here are likely to, the ones that you guys are talking about, are going to be in another top 5 video, okay? But just to touch on some of what people are saying, VeChain, okay? This is a cryptocurrency that is exciting. It's hit $2. It's recently rebranded to Tor, and VeChain is essentially going to compete with Walton, okay? It's going to compete with Walton, and this has a competitive advantage over Walton, in fact, in the fact that they've got amazing partnerships, and they have got particularly a very recent partnership with Xiaoming. Don't know how to pronounce it, but essentially they've got a partnership with producers of RFID technology, people who can make amazing RFID tags, which will make them have a product advantage over Walton and Wabi and Modem, but also their partnerships with huge companies. I mean, Kuhn and Nagel, which is top in logistics, one of the areas they're concentrating on. Renault and BMW, 2 top manufacturers of cars, another industry that they're concentrating on. And also PricewaterhouseCoopers. They've got really good partnerships that completely blow your mind compared to the likes of Walton. So VeChain, I can imagine, is going to lead to huge multipliers. But can it achieve $40? I'm not sure. It could do. It could well do. There was another one, Lisk. Lisk is essentially going to be like Ethereum, but mobile apps. Okay, so what I like about Lisk, they're going to be rebranding in 2 months' time. Yeah, 2 months' time, just under 2 months. These guys are essentially going to enable like mobile versions of CryptoKitties. Now, CryptoKitties was a huge viral success in cryptocurrency, a massive viral success in cryptocurrency, and Lisk are going to enable this kind of app to come onto the mobile, a mobile platform. Okay, so you had it on, the desktop, which was enabled by the Ethereum blockchain, but Lisk is going to enable very similar kinds of apps on mobile. Okay, so these guys are going to be like the Ethereum for mobile apps. They're going to have a whole heap of really playable mobile apps that you could buy stuff with, buy, cryptocurrency based items, like you could buy the CryptoKitties. They're going to make Flappy Bird-esque kind of cryptocurrency apps that are going to be very, very addictive, and it's going to drive up the price of Lisk over time. So is Lisk going to be able to achieve $190? I don't know about that. To achieve 10 times that would essentially be $190. So I don't know if it can hit that. That's why Lisk isn't on the list. Even though it's one of the most exciting cryptocurrencies, it's currently nearly at $20. There's another one, Pole. I'm really excited for this one. They've just released their alpha. I don't think that the price at the moment reflects really the excitement of Pole. Pole is going to introduce a revolutionary way to vote on things. I am going to personally be a Pole user. I am going to be doing polls. I do polls on Twitter all the time. I did one today. I'm going to be doing more of them over the course of time, and I'm going to be using Pole to do it. Okay, so I'm going to onboard a load of people, hopefully, who's going to take part in my polls, because my polls are always super cool. And I think that, Clear Poll is going to do really, really well. Really, really well. So, let's see what else you guys say. Verge. Why aren't I talking about Verge? Somebody asks. Verge, I've always identified as like one of the privacy coins that have a really good value proposition, but the supply doesn't make it in the same league as like the Dashes and the Moneros, okay? Because they are more investable from an investor's standpoint. And as a result of that, although I was always batting on the side of Verge, what I didn't like was because of the supply, it turned off investors. And then all of a sudden, John McAfee comes along. He says, get Verge. He was like, get privacy coins. Privacy coins are going to be the big opportunity of 2018. And he listed Verge in that tweet. And all of a sudden, Verge skyrocketed. It went from 0.003 cents to all of a sudden, 0.003 to all of a sudden 6 cents, now 14 cents. In fact, it went as high up as like 23 cents. So it just goes to show really the amazing, the amazing power of confidence in the market, confidence in a cryptocurrency, of somebody with credibility in the market, somebody who's well known in cryptocurrency. When they shout out about a coin, it booms. Okay, and that's what happened with Verge, having spent ages in the doldrums, and now everybody is all of a sudden a believer in Verge. But, I mean, being realistic, Verge is going to lose, eventually, it's going to lose that, like, amazing shine that it's had from the McAfee tweet. Now, a lot of people are still going to believe in it because he essentially said, hold on to these for the long term, hold on to these for 2018. But a lot of people are going to sell on their gains. I know a lot of people who have already sold on their gains. So it's going to continue happen, and then there's going to be some stabilization. But could this achieve $1.40 to make it 10 times gain? I don't know. I think it possibly could. I mean, looking at how cryptocurrencies have really grown in just the last kind of month and a half, it's definitely achievable. But, to get into my top 5, it would need to achieve kind of times 20, which means it would have to achieve about $28, which I think is a little bit of a stretch. Personal opinion. Other people may think differently. Excellent. Now, a load of people yesterday were were basically shilling Ficoin. Now, Ficoin is essentially a lending coin. Okay, so it's currently at ICO stage. round one of ICO stage, and it's a lending cryptocurrency on a blockchain. So essentially, it's meant to be a competitor to BitConnect with AI trading. Okay, so they've got an artificial trading bot similar, and it's called Fibo, and it's similar to how BitConnect works. Now, this is meant to be about 30 cents. Can't remember how much this is. About 30 cents, I think. So that means 34 cents. Yeah, there we are. No, that was what it was at pre-sale. So round one is 55 cents. So what a lot of people have been saying is they've been saying, oh, this could be the kind of next BitConnect. This is, if you didn't get a chance to get involved in BitConnect during its early stages, get involved in Ficoin. Now, I will never, ever recommend a lending cryptocurrency. Even if it's got a blockchain to support it, like BitConnect does, I will never openly support it, because the last thing I want to do is one day, I say to you guys, get involved in this lending business because it's so super cool. You know, it's an easy way to make money. One day you could open up your Ficoin account and bang, all gone. Nothing to be seen. Just like what would happen with BitPetite. And I don't want that on my hands. Other people can do it if they want to, but I certainly don't want it on my hands. So, you know, Ficoin, you know, if you want to get involved in that, get involved in that. But personally, you know, it's not my bag. Not my bag. Someone's just said Power Ledger. I think Power Ledger is going to have some really good growth next year. I think that Power Ledger, I mean, the main platform's not coming out until 2019. So, you know, with Ethos, I imagine that Ethos is going to really explode this year because they've actually got the creme de la creme product coming out soon. Okay, now it's going to be worked on, it's going to be improved, but the product's coming out soon. For Power Ledger, this is not really something that's going to start, you know, this isn't really going to start as a project properly. I mean, it's already started, they've got all the things happening in the background, but this isn't really going to be a solution until 2019. So I don't know. I think this could easily hit 10 times. Easily hit 10 times, which would make it about $8.10. Could it reach $16? It all depends on what's coming up. They've already announced a partnership with a Thai company, and that's not spiked up the price. So it all depends on the implementation. And I haven't got enough information from Gemma or the project generally to be able to say whether this could achieve 10 times. So hence why I'm being a little bit circumspect about this. So somebody's saying OMG. Well, to be honest, OMG has already spiked, so I don't see it going anywhere near kind of 10 to 20 times. It could, but I don't know. Not quite sure. I think the multipliers come in the lower cost coins, like the WAN chains, like the Quant Stamps. Quant Stamp, in my personal opinion, has not properly boomed yet. It's not properly boomed. 22 cents. I mean, it's just a steal, really. It's a steal. This is something I think is going to really, really smash it next year. So I think that's really what it comes down to. IOTA, somebody's just super chatted me IOTA, so I'll have a look at IOTA. IOTA's $3.17. This would essentially need to go all the way up to $31 in order for this to make 10 times gain. With that supply, I'm not sure. Not sure. That's just my personal opinion though, peeps. Don't shoot me for it. Don't shoot me for it. Also, guys, I got this in the post. This video is not sponsored by Centra, but they sent me a ton of merch. They sent me a cap. They sent me notepad, pen, and all that. But they also sent me this. They sent me the Centra card. Now listen to this. Listen to this. Wow! This is a card, man. So, I'm looking forward to using that and taking it on a shopping spree like I did with 10x. So, cool stuff. Let's have a look and see how Centra is now. This ballooned the other week because they started issuing their cards. It went up to over $3 and it's since gone down. So there we are. Merblech. So, that's it, peeps. That's it for today's episode. Those were my 5 top cryptocurrency picks for 2018. We've literally got a day and a half. Well, in where I am in the UK, literally got a day and a half left of 2017. So guys, smash in the comments. What do you think is going to be the big cryptocurrencies of 2018? Because This is so exciting. I cannot wait. This market cap's going to go to $1 trillion in literally a couple of months. So, cannot wait, people. Cannot wait. So, thanks for joining me today on this wicked episode of my top 5 cryptocurrencies for 2018. I hope you enjoyed. I've been Suppoman. If you haven't yet, smash the subscribe button. And if you haven't yet, smash that like button as well. And I will see you soon. It's lights out or out.